welcome to another episode of the Devils Down Under. I'm your host Bryce, and welcome. Look, it's been an interesting week with Man United. Obviously, beating Liverpool 2-1. We've made a signing, Casemiro, one of the best players in his position in the world, and been hosted to a whole lot of players and signing zero as well. Seems like the Glazer out movement is there's sections of the fans saying yes, keep it going. Others are quieted down, so it's really hard to gauge what's happening with that. And obviously, in a couple of hours, we are playing Southampton, which will be a nice, tricky game and a good way to see how we're progressing as a team as well. So, let's get into it. First of all, I'm sorry for not posting the video yesterday. Don't know if you can hear, but I am still a bit sick. Look, everyone's come down with it recently around me, and I have not been able to shake it. So I'll soldier on, obviously, for the good of the fans. But let's get into it. So basically, first of all, Man United have signed Casemiro from Real Madrid. Now, a lot of pros for this, obviously. Not someone we were in the beginning of the window, but we've paid, I think, it's £60 million rising to £70 million. Considering Chelsea are looking to spending £60 million in Gordon, of all people, I think it's a very good deal for us. But, there's a but. I mean, obviously, he's one of the world's premier players in his position, in that holding midfielder position. He is very good at breaking up the play, very energetic, has that winning mentality, obviously coming from Real Madrid with all the titles and Champions Leagues, and very successful, obviously, with his national team, Brazil, as well. Now, I'm going to go into another positive, which has two ways of looking at it. Man United got linked with him, and 72 hours later, he was signed. 3 days it took for us to get that deal over the line. And every other transfer, and this is the majority of transfers Man United have done over the last few seasons and transfer windows, has taken roughly 6 weeks. Now, De Jong's a different story. It doesn't look like we're going to get him. We are still in talks with him, but that's been dragging on for close to 3.5 months now. It's an upgrade on Rabiot. He's a massive upgrade on Rabiot, so I'm not disgruntled in the fact that we've signed Casemiro, but obviously they unveiled him at Old Trafford. News have come out that Man United's dubbed over the audio when he was being paraded in front of the fans, where everyone is singing, "We want Glazers out." Say, "We want Glazers out." And they dubbed over with just cheers and stuff like that. So obviously sending out that fake, non-real life video of what was actually going on in the ground during the signing. Fans are really excited from what I'm gauging with the signing, as am I. I am very, very excited. We have not had a player of his ilk in that position for God knows how long. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Ten Hag utilizes him and the players around him as well. But I'm very disappointed from Man United in the sense that they're dubbing over videos and trying to fool the fans into what the atmosphere was like at the ground during what should be a really exciting signing for Man United. And obviously the unveiling of him was during the game of Liverpool at half-time. Pre-planned, obviously, word was out that there was going to be big protests, and there was thousands of people outside Old Trafford protesting as well. And obviously strategic with the Glazers to get fans into the ground. But as I don't think, because of the many fans that do travel into county, state, country, whatever it may be, continent, to go to those games, it's very difficult to keep everyone out of the stadium. So, look, very disappointed in the way Man United's gone about doing this whole thing about dubbing over the actual crowd reaction to the signing. Look, we've got a premier player in Casemiro, and it's going to be really interesting to see who plays next to him, because I can't see him not starting. He's a starter until tired or being rested, basically. So Fred, obviously, the national team plays really well next to him. Really, really well, because he gets that chance to move forward and do what he does up front. Not shooting, but everything else. Obviously, Eriksen doesn't need to play the 6, because we know he's not good at the 6, as we saw against Brentford. But he gets to roam a bit more forward if he does play next to him, which is what I'm hoping kind of will happen. And then a toss-up between Eriksen, Fred, and Van der Beek. McTominay, for all I care, is done and gone. If we can sell him, we should sell him. With the amount of midfield depth we have at the moment, I just don't see a spot for McTominay in our current setup. Now, and that will obviously, we're trying to sell Garner. I don't understand why not keep Garner, keep him as the fourth choice midfielder, and get rid of McTominay. Anyway, there's decisions that baffle me in this club, and that's one of them, but each to their own, I guess. So, very annoyed at how fast Man United got this deal over the line, because it does show when we want a player, we can go out and get deals really quickly, instead of squabbling over £1 million here, £1 million there, $20,000 in salary or whatever it may be. We always seem to pay overs or pay the asking price at the end of the day, and that has been showcased over the last few years. But look, that's it. So obviously other transfer news, we're still being linked to Anthony. It looks like we've gone back in for him. Gakpo as well. One or the other I'm thinking we're going to get. Midfielders, other options have seemed to have died down. Excuse my dogs, he's a pain in the ass. The other one, obviously, not sure what's happening with Ronaldo yet, if we're going to get a person to come in for him. And also the last one is defender we're not looking at, and it's died down on the right back front. So we're looking to get Dubravka now, the Newcastle backup goalkeeper, on loan as well. So prior to the Liverpool game, it looked like we were going into trying to sign another midfielder, i.e. De Jong, Anthony, probably Gakpo, whatever his name is as well. Dumfries in the right back position, and that Step or something like that, goalkeeper from Frankfurt in Germany, really good goalkeeper as well, to beating Liverpool and showing what the Glazers have done year after year after year. Get one good result and they think they can calm the fans down with one signing, and that's it. So, and it looks like it has worked for some fans, which really irates me, but what can you do? Now look, before I get too worked up on this, these other stuff I need to get onto in the show, so I'm going to move on. So, look, I'll put the team up on the screen. I'll get this done out of the way nice and early. What's what the show is about a little bit as well. We've got a game against Southampton in about 6-7 hours from now. It's a nice time in Australia. It's actually playing at 9:30, so it's not too early in the morning for a change. It's actually a respectable hour. I'm looking forward to this game, more so in the fact that last year, every time Man United beat a so-called top 6 team, or good team, we came back and everyone's like, oh, we're on a run now, and we'd come and we'd lose to like a Brentford, we'd lose to whatever the hell the team, Watford or whatever it may be. Really looking forward to how the boys back up the performance against Liverpool last week. It's not even last week. It's a very short turnaround. A 5-day turnaround. The changes that I would make for this team that I think Ten Hag would do as well, even though he's only trained for 2 or 3 days, Casemiro comes straight into that midfield. McFred is gone. They are done. They are McFried out. McFried. But anyway, sorry, that was my... I laughed at my own thing. Casemiro comes in to play, and I'm thinking Eriksen will keep his spot next to Eriksen as well. Now, up front is where I think I've had a difficult time trying to figure this out. Obviously, it's come out now that Martial is injured again. So even though he played really well in that second half against Liverpool, he's not going to be in this game. Ten Hag has come out saying in the press conference. So I can see Ronaldo starting up front, and then Rashford moving to the left, Sancho maintaining his place on the right, and then you can't change the back five. So your Malacia, Delot, Varane, Martinez, and De Gea. The way they played against Liverpool, I haven't seen that from a Man United defense in years, and that cannot be broken up. Ten Hag came out saying just because Maguire is the captain doesn't mean he's guaranteed to start either. Bloody music to my ears. Yes, he's going to start some games, but he does not need to be a starter for this game. You can't not reward that performance against Liverpool from our defenders. So, and if he does, I can see certain fans quite saying, what the hell's going on? He's not as strong as we thought he is. We don't have the squad depth, obviously, that Pep Guardiola uses at Man City. So we can't actually move players around and change them from game to game like them. Bringing in someone like a Lindelof or a Maguire in place of Martinez and Varane on the back of that performance cannot do. And I myself would question Ten Hag in that respect, or what's going on in terms of why is he making decisions like that. Now, looking forward to this game. Obviously, as I said, the bounce back in terms of can we back up our good performance a couple of days ago. We ran a lot more, obviously, in the game against Brentford. I think something like 20 kilometres collectively as a team more as well. We outran Liverpool, who are known for their running as well. So yeah, see with a short turnaround to see how the team backs it up, because obviously when Europa League starts in a few weeks, it's going to be interesting because we'll be playing games on a Thursday and a Sunday. So yeah, the turnaround's going to be very quick. Squad depth obviously comes into it, but they can't change the whole starting 11. So these players are going to have to be up to it, going to have to be raring, have to be fit, and going to have that mentality to keep going week in and week out. Well, not even week in and week out. 3-4 days out from each other. So yeah, looking forward to see how that transpires, because that'll set us in good stead if we get ahead with that. So yeah, hopefully my prediction for that, I can see Man United winning the game, especially with Casemiro dropped in, the boost that he will bring to that midfield. May not know how our team plays. Doesn't need to, is the way I put it. Casemiro shits all over the midfielders we have, especially in that holding midfielder role. He's not going to learn anything from what Fred or McTominay or whoever the hell he's been playing in the six in the last few years for Man United. He will be an instant upgrade on any single one of them, and a good player can slot into a team quickly. I don't see the pace of the Premier League being an issue for him. He is a high energetic player as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. I'm going to predict I want to say 3-1. I want to say 3-1, but I'm going to go 2-1. Just because I just don't see, without Martial, obviously we've got Ronaldo. I don't see the quality, like if we do need to make a substitution up front, where the goals are going to come from besides them with the backups that we have. So yeah, I'm predicting 2-1 to Man United. But yeah, and then moving on as well. So the game against Liverpool last week, we won. I predicted a 3-1 loss. So that was exciting. I did not see that coming. But yeah, very good in that sense. So the best thing that I loved about that game was, even though we didn't have a lot of possession, the energy we had, and it's our defense especially. I mean, it was a team approach, but our defense, the back five, including De Gea, we were going in for tackles. They were high-fiving. The boys were giving each other little fist bumps, taps on the ass. You know, I mean, all in good fun, each their own. But there's nothing wrong with an ass tap on one of your teammates when they do something well, just to let them know you're there, you're thinking of them. Yeah, look, it was. I haven't seen that for years at Man United. Maguire's very not vocal. Varane was not vocal. In that game with Martinez, they've only known each other. It's the first game they've ever played together. They've talked more, from what I've seen on TV and everything, than I've seen any other of our defender partnerships talk to each other in a game. And that can't be a coincidence. They've both come from winning teams. Varane from Real Madrid, Martinez from Ajax. Yes, it's the Eredivisie, but he's still won titles. He's still in a title-winning team. So yeah, it was really, really good to see that. Malacia obviously worked his ass off and did really well against Mo Salah as well. And, Delot on the right, good defensively actually for a change. Didn't do much going forward, but didn't need to at the time. And I can't see Wan-Bissaka getting in there anytime soon anyway. Midfielders-wise, we did really well in the sense that a lot more energetic, try to keep things simple. McTominay had an okayish game. I'm not going to say he had a horrible game because he didn't. But compared to the others, obviously, he was off the pace. But I am looking forward to him getting dropped to the bench because he is a bench player. For some clubs, not Man United, but he is a bench player. So yeah, look. And then obviously our forwards played well. Elanga did well until he came off. In energy-wise, I think just the directness of him, which is what I think Rashford, when he was at his peak, is what he's doing, is running at players, running at defenders, causing them grief because he's so quick. Skill-wise, not there. I don't think he's ready for it yet. I think he does need to be loaned out. But yeah, skill-wise wasn't there. But just the directness of that caused a bit of grief to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And obviously he conceded the free kick, a yellow card, and all those things in the position. Eriksen had a lot better game as well from that midfield. And yeah, I mean, Ronaldo came in very late on in the game. Rashford started up front, played really well, to be honest with you, but it is only one game. So I'm looking forward to see if he does start, how he backs that up. And I don't think it's going to be from the number 9 position. I see Ronaldo starting, as I said, just to see how his mentality can change and can he keep up that momentum going. Because the thing is, Rashford can have one good game, everyone's saying he's back, but then comes down to it, and in a couple of weeks, he goes MIA again. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens with Rashford in this game. Sancho, I think he's starting to understand the Ten Hag ball a bit more. It's suiting him a bit more, especially when we do start to keep possession a bit more. Obviously, we don't have that at the moment. With Casemiro coming in, he's no De Jong. He's not an attacking midfielder. He's a breaking up play, kind of gets the ball, plays a very simple one, but breaks up and reads the play well, gives our attacking players more time up front. Not to worry because he can cover the back line. So yeah, looking forward to how we transpire as a team where the players, our other 10 player can can move forward with Casemiro covering them. And yeah, look, bloody good. Obviously the protests happened. It was never going to keep, as I said, Old Trafford empty. But there was very vocal inside the crowd, on the crowd and the TV that I could hear as well. Obviously, as I said, Casemiro got unveiled and they were shouting Glazers out, and that got dubbed over in the video that Man United released. But yeah, look, we beat Liverpool. We're not 0-3. We're 2-1, so 2 losses, 1 win. Hopefully it's 2-2 later on today. I'm looking forward to everyone else's reactions and seeing what everyone else says in the game as well. If you like the videos that are happening, please like it and subscribe. If there's any questions you guys have, feel free to contact me on Twitter that a few of you guys have been doing as well, or anything like that on socials as well, which everything will be in the links in the video. And yeah, I'm gonna go outside and enjoy the sun because I haven't had sun in 3-4 months, and as you can tell, my tan is fading a little bit, so I'm going to get to that. Thank you very much for joining me, and enjoy your week, and hopefully Man United gets a win today. See you guys later. Bye.